Hi, welcome to the channel. Always so actually my privilege and my honor to be here and to just share from my little or from my world of knowledge and experience so far. So today I want to talk about research. Yes, I know some of you are like, oh, and to talk about something in life, Joe. No, but research is also quite important. Sometimes we go through our own life and we're collecting data on our day-to-day basis. Some of us scroll on YouTube, and even the things you look at could tell you a bit about your own life. What are you actually interested in? By stopping by here, you may find that there are other similar videos like this that you stop by and you just seem to spend some time there. You are searching, you are searching for something. Well, I hope you are searching for something, not just entertaining yourself, but when you leave the screen, you want to know that you have gained something. So I want to talk a bit about research. You could look at in your own life, and you could also look at from an academic perspective. I'll share one from my life in terms of research. There was a time I wanted to know a bit more about my spending patterns and what I spend on. Budget, sometimes budgeting is not a straightforward thing. You really need to pause, sit down, print all those statements, get highlighters, highlight them, draw circles around. Why did I spend this much here? Why am I not spending enough there? Why am I not saving enough? So I had to do that. And I found out that this was some years back that I was actually spending quite a lot on chocolates. And it was like, if you just reduce that chocolate purse, you could actually take half of that and put it into a savings or an investment purse, and you'll be getting a lot out of it. So research and analyzing data even about your own life is something that you need to get into it. I was listening to one of what's her Bola Shokumbi, and one of her videos, she was saying that budgeting is not a once I've done it and it's done forever. No, you have to keep on reviewing your budget. So you may be at a different stage of life. She was saying that you review your budget, and maybe, I mean, for me, I now feel that I need to review my budget once a quarter. Just look at it again. Did I do well here? Did I not put enough into this cost center, so that it's every month I'm maybe not spending it, or I'm overspending it, and then you do the adjustments. So again, when we look at that, or we take that perspective from doing the research, collecting data and analyzing the data, it brings about insight into what is happening. So there are different ways of doing that. There are different ways you would collect data from even the surroundings. There's some that are collected involuntarily. Like I use the example, how you look at your YouTube channel, it will tell you a bit about yourself, the kind of people you're listening to. And you may feel that, yes, I think I'm doing the right thing. Or you may feel, no, I shouldn't be listening to this person. I shouldn't be watching this kind of videos. And the funny thing about it, when you now um look at it, when you now study, you may now say, hey, this is time wasting, or this, I can do better than this. I like watching different types of videos. I have recently found a lot of relaxation in watching the cutest babies. I don't know why, they just make me laugh, or some, or daddy and the little girl, how little daughters are just entertaining their fathers, or their fathers are just being the best fathers. I found that to be quite exciting. But even in academia, when we are collecting data, you may do a research which we would call an ethnographic kind of research, whereby you immerse yourself and you're not just observing what is around you, but you are participating in that observation. How do we deal with waste management in my home? And I'm telling the children, no, don't throw this here, throw this into the dry waste. And I'm using that as a way of conducting research on waste management or refuse disposal in the home. Likewise, you may have one that may be non-participant observation. In that case, I don't want them to know I'm even watching them. because if they know I'm watching them, they may not do what they normally do, right? So you want to have that kind of observation in a way that you are not obstructing the natural happenings or the what people would normally do if they know you are not watching. Sometimes we behave differently when we know we are not alone. I think it's just a human thing. If you would, I mean, I was telling my son this morning, when he finished his breakfast, he just built like he was the only one on the planet. I'm like, my dear, you shouldn't be doing that now. One day you will go and do it for me. And I know that if he was not alone at the dining table, he wouldn't have done that. So there's some things that we would do knowing that nobody is watching. Not that it's wrong, but it may just be a bit more embarrassing if people saw you, like you finished eating and the stew was so sweet and you start licking your plate. It's like kilode. Why? So those kind of things do happen. And so when we're doing non-participant observation, you don't want to obstruct what would normally happen. And then there are other ways where it's like a narrative, a storytelling, where you just you engage and you listen to the story. You hear people as they narrate their own issues. So there are different ways you could go into that. There's some researchers that focus just on storytelling. I mean, even when it happens, especially life issues, and it's like, okay, what happened? And then you tell the story. You tell the story like in an everyday way where we're just chatting, but it's also data collection. And I think the important thing, one of our professors said it recently. He says, if you've done research and it doesn't change things or nobody uses it, it's like a waste of time. Why did you bother? And if I look back at even my own research, I've questioned that. What has happened from there? Now that I know, so what? And so it raises that question of so what? Have we been able to bring out publication? Has it been able to impact policy? Has it changed the way things are being done, the way we would design the built environment, the way we would engage in practice, the way we would even use different materials in our construction? Because you've done research that shows when you use more timber, there is a better impact on the comfort within the building. But using more timber may mean that we are cutting down more trees. So how are we doing the research which then shows or impacts on the way we live life and we do life? So ethnographic studies, I think they're very good. Even collecting data on your own life. Where do I go? How long do I spend there? What do I eat? How do I eat it? Do I eat too slow? Do I eat too fast? When do I eat? Data, we are generating data so much in our everyday life. Yeah, I'll stop there for now. Hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to love, like, and share. I like the love part. Ciao.